Welcome back, encoders. Let's decode Django. So, in the previous video, we created a very beautiful application or a website which says Hello Django from hello.views, and I even used hello.urls. Cool. But there was a very big design problem that we had inside our views, because what we are returning is a HTTP response, which is what your browser expects, and you have an h1 tag, and we are actually passing out an HTML, a valid HTML document right here. But then you can just see, what if I want to create something much more complicated than just a simple h1? Well, I can't really put my entire web application in this one single line. So we need to include some sort of an HTML document. And a valid HTML document has an ending with .html or a .htm. And the thing is that in Django, there's just a different terminology, and we call each and every valid HTML file as a template. So every valid HTML file is a template in Django. Cool. And that is the reason why we create a folder called as template. Now, if I just come on to my Explorer, there are actually quite a few ways in which you can declare your templates. I'll tell you both the ways. It's your wish, whichever you can use, and we will be choosing the one which is mostly suited. So you have actually two options. One, first of all, we are here, and this is the cool file that we have, and right here what we have is everything inside our cool application. So we have our cool operating system, and then we have our app called as hello, and then everything that manages, as well as the SQL database. You can create a template right in this place, or as it is mostly done and which you should be doing is inside your hello. And the reason why we do it is because inside hello, each and every app has its own requirements of different HTML files. So you should be very easily be able to switch between them, and you should really be namespacing the things, and that is the reason why we put everything inside our hello. I mean that the templates folder will be inside our hello. And how do you know that we are allowed to actually do that? There is this thing called as true, which is actually set to true in our settings. So if I just come down, you will see called as templates, and you can see app directories. Therefore you can have the directories of templates inside my app, and it is set to true. If I just change it to false, you won't be able to do that. So you can see you would never ever want to do this. So in a hello, I would like to come and create a new folder called as templates, and this has to be the name, otherwise you'll have to go and change it in the settings. I just created this, and then you are ready to create any valid HTML file inside our templates, but not as yet, because even though you can, it is not suggested, because Django is all about how can you really switch between all the different apps. So it really gives you the feature to use a template which you have declared in some other app inside this app. Isn't that cool? So for that we need to actually namespace stuff, otherwise you'll have to create every HTML document which is different from the otherwise, so that you can prevent any sort of a clash. So what we do, we come inside templates, and inside the templates we declare another folder, and by just a convention, what we do is we give it the same name as the application hello. So we just say hello, and so we have hello inside our templates. Amazing. Now we are really ready to create any file, and I'll just call it as index.html. Cool. And then I can just create any valid HTML document and say this one will be saying hello Django, and my body can be again an h1 tag which says hello Django. That is it. Now how are we going to really link our views with this HTML document? It turns out that with the shortcuts you already get this render method. So you can just come in there and say render, and this takes compulsorily as a request. Now the reason why you want to put this request is because you are sending the HTML file to the person who requested it. That is the reason why you want to put this request inside. And then you need to put a string. This is the actual location where your HTML file lives, and it expects to be starting it with a template. So you'll need to say inside the template I need to come to hello and then index.html. Done. And then I can just save that, check that my server is running. I don't have any errors. Fine. Then just come onto my server and refresh, and template does not exist. Who? Why the hell? Because I just created this. I just created my file inside my hello and it says template does not exist. Like, I know why it is giving this error. Well, like, let's just be truthful here. You will be encountering a lot of errors while building Django, or rather while building any application in Django. So I want you to have this sort of a debugging skills inside you right here. And remember, in one of my prior videos, I said that Django gives you really friendly errors if you have your debug equals true. This is one such error. And right here it says template loaded post-mortem. So it says, where did it try to load our templates from? Well, it tried, first of all, it is using the engine Django. It tried for the Django template loader inside a C user blah 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 blah, and it is checking inside our admin templates hello index.html, which it does not find, and then it is checking in auth templates index.html, which again is not available. So where is it? Because we should have this thing linked in, because, well, I have it. But the thing is that your settings here does not know that this is also a place where I need to come and check for that. So if you remember, we have this thing called as an installed app. You can just come inside and say, well, include this app called as hello as well. And once I do this, let it refresh, and ta-da, you are here. We can just have some drum rolls. Cool. So this is a place, and this is a way in which you can really render any HTML document. But let's just try it with one more thing, okay? Let's just say that I want to create another app, and this time it does not say hello Django, it says hello whatever the name of the user be. Now like, this is the place. Now we are getting inside the crux of what Django is. So what I can say is, let me just close this. First of all, let's just ponder about it. How are we going to tackle this question? Well, first of all, I want just a hello to be hello Django, and then I can say hello, and then I can just create a new path called as, after a hello, I want it to be hello name, and then I can just give out some name, and we'll see how we can give some custom names. So it's going to be cool. I can just say greet, and I can just make this method called as greet right here. Def greet, which takes in requests, and I can just return a render object with my request, and I'll be just creating another file called as greet.html. I'll be just creating another file called as greet.html. How should I create it? Well, it's pretty simple. Just come in this, create a new file called as greet.html. I just created that. And the thing is, like, since I know that its layout will be pretty similar to my index, so what I'll just do, copy this thing, paste it out here, and instead of saying, like, I can just call it my name, or maybe I can say hello YouTube. Well, I'm just saying a hello to you, so I can say hello YouTube. And now when I go to hello Django, well, this should not be found. First of all, if I just go to hello, it says hello Django, and if I go to hello name, it should say hello YouTube. But I want it to be a little more dynamic, right? So how am I going to create it really dynamic? I just want to be able to change this name somehow using my Python code. Interesting. So what should we do? Well, first of all, let's come to our views, and it turns out that Django gives you one really handy feature, and you can just pass out a dictionary right there. So I can say pass out a name, and that name can be anything in a, like, let's just say it's Shubham. Okay, simple. So what I can do is, okay, now this thing is getting passed. This thing is actually called as a context that I can pass. Now this thing is getting passed, but how should I be accessing it in my HTML? I don't think that I can. So here again, you have the Jinja or the Django's templating language. What you can say, double curly braces and the name. What this will do, it will come to your context, find a dictionary with a key of name, and then it will throw out what is the actual thing or rather the value inside it. So in our case it's Shubham. So let's see if it works. It says hello Shubham. And if you just want to do something amazing with it, like I can just say you can just do this, and of course you can do something like upper, and this should still be working. So everything will be in uppercase now. Yeah, simple. So this is how you can really include anything that you want inside your Python to the HTML file right here. So let's try to create an even more dynamic page. What I'll do is I'll just give any name that is with my name out here. Now I know that if you know JavaScript you should be able to do this, but I just want to do it with Python, right? Because it's cool and you will learn something new. So what I can do is, instead of this name, it turns out I can just give it a wildcard inside this curly brace saying it should be a string, and I'll call it name. Anything should be a string and I'll just call it name in my URLs. So if I just come here, well, it should be expecting a name with it. And yeah, this name and this name should be same. I mean, it happens to have the same name. I hope that I am not confusing. Like I can just call it person name. So this person name is the actual variable which it will be passing to my Django application. So it like this has to be the same name out there as well. I just call it this, and inside this I can just pass my name should be, well, whatever name, and I can just say, well, uppercase it, right? So I can say name.name with an uppercase. So come back, and if I say, well, it should say hello name, and if I can come and say hello person, it should say hello person. I mean, this, like, you can really see its power. If I can just say anything, and it should say hello that same anything. That is pretty cool. But still there is one more flaw that we haven't discussed as yet. What is that flaw? Well, the flaw comes out in this and this file. Just see, their complete overview is so freaking similar that just somehow I should be able to use one in the other. I mean, you guys think in a big website that we have, you will have all those nav bars, and probably you want to at least repeat some sort of HTML again and again and again. And one thing that should really rub you the wrong way is copying and pasting, which we just did from our index to our grid. So how can we tackle this? This is interesting. And Django again makes it pretty easy. I can create a file. You can just call it anything. By convention, it is called as base.html. You can really call it anything. I'm just telling, have a base.html, and this is going to be my main layout. And I'll say again another wildcard of either Jinja or the Django's templating language. Like both of them are really similar to each other. So this is a wildcard inside which you can say a block. So you are just defining a block, and you need to give this block a name. I'll just call it title. And HTML does not have any sort of knowledge about white spaces. So what we do is come inside and explicitly say that now I'm just ending my block. It's block. So this is my title block, and probably very similarly I'll be having another block which will be a block for my main body. So I'll just simply call it main body. You can really call it anything till the time you have that block keywords inside it. We'll see an end block. Pretty cool. So how should I really use this sort of a template? And just to see that we have something coming up, I can say h1 and we'll say hello. Well, no more hello, right? Let's say, no, it's GREE. Greetings, children. You know who is. Okay, so I'm just saying like this will be redundant everywhere. So I'm saying greetings, children, and I'll just have this inside this. Now I can just remove this, and I can remove this file as well. Now how should I really populate them? Well, you have this another thing called as extends and this will extend from my base.html. And you know that this won't work because I need to tell that it is inside my hello/base.html. And now I can very easily say block title, and whatever now I will specify inside my block title and my end block will be copied and pasted right at this place. So I can just say inside this something like hello. This one was for hello Django, right? So this is for my hello Django application. So let's just check if it is working. So let's come to my simply hello and it should say the title hello Django and it says greetings children. Similarly, I can have my body down there saying my block body and my end block block. And inside this I can just tell it to have an h1, or maybe let's just have something much more fancier. Let's have a marquee, marquee, if that is still supported. So we should have a marquee and this should say something like hello Django, and then this, yes, this works. Mark is still supported, so it says hello Django. Pretty cool. And so similarly, like pretty much the same thing will be here, but then you can just see I have a lot less redundancy, especially if my base is really big. So here I have my marquee, and in this one I can just say, well, this should not be a marquee again. I just say it's h1, and hello, and in this place, well, it's a name. So come refresh, and then I can just go to something arbitrary and it says hello, that arbitrary thing. So I think that we are done for this video. See you in another video. Bye bye.